Hi everybody. I promised a fellow YouTuber I would do a video on this Helgen DP2. He did a review and I mentioned to him that I was buying one and I was going to install sound. He asked whether or not I could do a YouTube video when I've done this. I haven't completed it yet because I contacted Helgen and asked whether or not there was a section on the board to install speaker wires rather than solder speaker wires to the 21-pin sound decoder. And he said there is a point, and it's one of these small points. It's that one there, which is labelled CN6, and as you can see, it required a small plug. So you connect the speaker wires to a small plug, which then goes into this female socket. Unfortunately, Helgen didn't have any, unbelievably, plugs, and really didn't know where to get them from. And I managed to find them a place called House. Had them for sale. So they're on the way to me, and I should receive them tomorrow. And I'll install sound, and I'll do a quick video on this. And this was just to let AY76 know that I haven't forgotten. I just haven't got the relevant hardware yet to do this. Helgen have suggested I could desolder this socket here and solder on the speaker wires, or indeed solder speaker wires to the sound decoder. In both cases I can do it, and I have a soldering iron small enough, the tip on the soldering iron, but I wasn't 100% happy of desoldering that, because it has, underneath there, it has an open circuit which is closed, so I'd have to bridge those circuits and then solder on speaker wires. And I thought, do I want that messing about? I thought, nah. So I went looking for the small male plugs, and again, House had them, and I'll have them tomorrow. So I'll finish this, I'll do this tomorrow, and I'll do another video on this. So yeah, hi again. This is the update to this DP2 Helgen diesel locomotive. I mentioned in previous video I skipped card, installing sound, and that I was informed by Helgen that there is a point on the board, the circuit board, where you can connect speakers to. Now, I received the wires from House yesterday, which are these. Apparently they came from a dead locomotive, hence the pickup wires, which I will use on carriages, when I put lights in carriages and want to get power from the track. I'll just put a power inverter in line, and resistors and probably whatever else. So yeah, I cut this off, and you can see how tiny the plugs are. I think his name's Mike from House, extremely helpful chap, and he knew exactly what I needed for this DP2. So yeah, I cut the wires off, the pickups, and tinned them and connected them to a speaker, which is this large sugar cube speaker there. Now I purchased this one because I was told, the information on YouTube's website, that it gives off a lot of bass sound. which is why I've tried this one. If I'm still not happy, there seems to be room underneath here where the fuselage is, or fuel tanks or whatever they're called. Fuselage, that's on a plane, isn't it? So I'll probably put a base reflux speaker in the bottom. I may even, I believe, both that one and a reflux speaker in the bottom. But yeah, this speaker, using the plug I received from House, let me just turn this round slowly, don't damage anything. And you can see the speaker wires go into CN6 there. Okay, you should. I think my camera's picking up on this, but I've gone blurred. So yeah, it comes out of there into the speakers. That's a sound chip I've installed. These two wires, that one and that one, is for this capacitor, stay alive capacitor, for use when I'm going over, I don't know, dirty tracks or points or wherever. Yeah, I've always used these in line with these decoders, 8-pin and this 21-pin. So what I'll do now is I've tested all the circuits and everything works fine. And again, I've just got to solder, cut the legs down, solder this on. I'll probably put it there like that, and none of this can be seen because that's the back of the cab. So I'll use black tack to fix in position there, and I'll put it all together, and I'll put on my rolling road, and hopefully I won't blow the damn thing up. So I'll be back shortly. Welcome back. Right, now I've soldered on the stay alive capacitor, and the wire is soldered to the 21-pin decoder. I mean, that was the slightly awkward bit because the given space to solder the capacitor wires onto is quite limited. But anyway, I did it. So, as I showed in the first part, behind the cab bulkhead, I've installed the speaker at one end, and at the other end, again behind the bulkhead, and you can't see, look through the windows because they're behind the bulkhead, but there's plenty of room. I've installed the speaker, the large sugar cube speaker. So what I'll do now is I'll start it up and let me know what you think. I use, when I do tests like this, I just use this little Roco handheld controller, which it does the job. It's limited to the number of functions. I think it can go up to 20. This has 21 functions, the sound decoder. One is volume increase, which is 21, and another is 20, which is volume decrease. And I can get to 20, but I can't get 21 to increase the volume. But anyway, I'll start you up, see what you think. Okay, I don't know whether that's typical sounds of a DP2. I think the sound decoder, the sound files are used on the Deltic Class 55, because apparently it's supposed to be like the Deltic. I've certainly got a Deltic, Bachmann Deltic, and it looks very similar to this. The detail on these locos are absolutely brilliant. An awful lot of it, which I'll show you in a minute, is already added. So it doesn't come in a detail pack, as you get with lots of locomotives where you've got brake pipes and so on. It's already been added. which saves a job to do. But yeah, it's got 21 functions, the normal sounds that you would get. Some good, some naff. It has station announcements. Let's see, bring one up. Where are they? 17. That actually mentions Liverpool Lime Street, and I've been there many a time when I used to live in Liverpool, which is cool. So yeah, this is God whistle. This has been a success. Let me just turn these functions off. Yeah, quite an easy install in this. Once I found House, who sold me the very, very tiny plugs, it made this job much easier. Worst case scenario is I would have had to install the speaker wires on the decoder, which is possible because the given space is similar to the Stay Alive capacitor, just a little bit closer together, which would have made it a little bit difficult tinning the decoder points where you speak tolerant speakers, but finding those plugs, as I showed you earlier, made this job. Let's run it. That's actually, yeah, going forward. All the lights work fine, the head codes and so on. So yeah, I'm pleased with this installation. Again, in the fuselage or fuel tank, I keep saying fuselage, in the fuel tank below, there is a speaker. Let's slow this down and turn the sound off. Just slowing down. That's where to switch the sound off. And that's it. Yeah, as I was saying, there is a speaker, bass reflux speaker, that is got the right dimensions in terms of height, that it should fit in the fuel tank. Let me just take it off so I can show you. Fit in the fuel tank. What I would probably have to do is very, very neatly drill a series of holes for the sound to come out, so it looks like a speaker that you would normally find, so it look a bit like that, but lots of small holes once it's marked out, and then drilled with a vice drill bit, or whatever it's called. But yeah, as I mentioned, the detail on these is really, really nice, and as mentioned, all the detailing that you would normally get in a pack, accessory pack or detailing pack, whatever you want to call it, has already been applied at both ends. I suspect, and I think listening to AY76, who asked me to do this video, he's already done a YouTube clip on this, and I think, I can't remember now, whether he removed all the detailing from one end so you can get a coupling in. I'm looking at it. Yeah, a little bit difficult, I think. I think it'll foul on some of the detailing if I put coupling in. But anyway, that's this this video over with on installing sound in the DP2, and I hope you found it helpful. It'd be interesting to see what you think of the sound.